first drive. What happened on that first touchdown, the 38-yard one against Ross Douglas?
Ross just got beat on a vertical go route by their slot. I didn't have a very good view of it except for the end result, which obviously none of us were happy with, but I'm assuming that the guy broke his cushion. He didn't turn and run with it soon enough, and the guy ran past him, and obviously that's an unacceptable outcome.
Coach, Howard had 11 first downs in the first half and I think only one in the second half. Just what were the biggest changes you saw of your defense in the second half?
Well, honestly, we didn't change our calls. We called the same stuff in the second half that we did in the first half. We just played better. I thought our tackling was atrocious, particularly compared to last week, where I thought it was pretty crisp. And we did get better in that area as the game went along, but I don't think we came out ready to tackle like we should have and could have. And so that had a lot to do with them moving the chains and extending drives that otherwise would have been stopped, I think.
Was playing Damon Hayes as much as he played, was that injury-based because of Ross, or was that in the game plan going in?
Well, we'd like to play Damon and get his feet wet. Because of that, though, he had to do more than what we were thinking he was going to do. But you never know how games are going to unfold and how you got to use your personnel. But both those things are true.
How did you think he looked before you see the film?
I thought he did a good job. Again, a guy in that situation that hasn't really played meaningful snaps, regular down and distance snaps. You know, special teams is a little bit different, different animal. So I think he held his own pretty well. We'll look at the film and try to verify that.
You've got a couple true freshmen, Stevens, Hayes, and KJ Gray, all playing in your secondary. What have those guys done in the 2 months they've been here?
Just really a steady improvement and learning the system, grasping the responsibilities. That doesn't happen overnight, as you guys know. It takes time. It's a process. And so, you know, oftentimes you'll see that with freshmen where early on they're not really, you know, on anybody's radar. But as they grow and learn and improve, then they can emerge. And so that's kind of what's happened with those three.
Coach, how do you feel Darius is faring with the, you know, getting back to playing?
I think he's played well. Again, it's kind of hard to tell on those inside guys, you know, when you're just standing on the sideline watching it like I am. But if it's anything like last week, I think he's off to a real good start.
The Isaiah Wharton interception, how good a play was that? It looked like he wrestled the ball away.
Really good play. Had he not wrestled that away when they hit the ground, I think it would have gone the other way, to be honest with you, because I think it was simultaneous catch. But he was aggressive enough and physical enough on the finish to go ahead and come up with the ball. So obviously at that point in the game, things weren't going real well for us, so that was a pretty critical play.
Coach, how is it difficult to simulate the option, you know, because you're going to New Mexico next week, and simulate that in practice?
Incredibly difficult. Anybody that defends an academy school or what New Mexico does offensively will tell you that. It's just really, really hard to emulate. You just have to, you know, structure your practices to try to set up the most difficult situations your guys can be in, and you know, try to get them ready to go. And realize that game speed is going to be different than practice speed, and they got to be ready to come out. And honestly, these first two games that we haven't come out and started well, so it's going to be critical next week that we get over the hump and we're ready to go and play at game speed right off the bat.